Hello, it's me again, your Expo King with a bad memory, and I am just going through some of the publishers and stands that I'm going to go look at in the trade hall at the UK Board Games Expo coming up in a few weeks. It is the 11th Expo. It's looking like being the biggest one ever. If you haven't been to the Expo before, go and check out my top 5 tips for going to the Expo, because I am a second-year veteran. Okay, let's rattle through these quickly, tell you where else I'm going to go. I am going to go and visit Bad Cat Games. They have coming to Kickstarter a dice game called Elements, which is a really interesting dice rolling game where you're placing them to make combos and use those to do powers. You can also have a 2-player game where you're trying to build your totem instead. And it looks really good, and they've made again some significant changes to the preview copy I received. I've got a preview video on the channel, but so I want to check that out. And they've also got another game out called Gladiatores, where it seems like you're in control of gladiators, a troop, and you're sending them into battle and playing that battle using cards. So I want to go check what that's all about. That they are on stand J19. I'm going to go see Board and Dice, not least because they've stolen most of my name, but I backed Super Hot, so I'd like to see that in person. I didn't know if I was going to the Expo at that stage, so I'm not actually picking it up, which is a shame. But I also added on Pocket Mars, which looked really good, and it was a really good price for the backers of Super Hot, so I'm due to get those two. Whether they arrive before the Expo, I don't know, but I'd like to go and see theirs. I missed out on all the Multiversium craze last year at the Expo. It was one of the big... What am I doing with my hands? It was one of the big games of the Expo, and they're at H2, so I'm going to go see them, check that out. Another publisher that I've got building good relationships with is Halfwing Games, who did the package Kickstarter that successfully funded very well. The abstract game that you can play anywhere with not many pieces, but had quite a lot of subtle depth to it. And they are gearing up for their next Kickstarter called Schism, which is a board game played on 2 boards kind of simultaneously, and that looks really interesting. I'm due to receive a preview copy of that soon, but I'm going to go get any more information that I need to and meet Shep, the guy who heads that up. Again, put faces to the names, or in person, because obviously people will have seen my face because I'm amazingly popular. Next, my old friend Stuart, Halfwing Games is going to be at C24. And if I didn't say, Board and Dice are at H2, all in the description. Next, my old friend at District 31, Stewie. He has done the Ember game and its various expansions to great success on Kickstarter. Just done another mini expansion which went very well, and his next game is Kpop, and I'm looking forward to seeing the stand that he's in, his booth, what it looks like, because he's made me some interesting promises. So I'm going to go see their stand, see the latest version of Kpop. I've had the privilege of playing Kpop in prototype, very early form, just printed black and white cards with just text on, but basically it's a drafting game with some neat elements where you can end up with more in hand, and you're drafting ingredients to make the cakes, which will then give you powers, but you can sacrifice what you've drafted to risk getting more ingredients that you may or may not need. It's coming together nicely, being playtested a lot, and all the kinks are being ironed out. That's Kpop and District 31 on H26. Alley Cat Games, who successfully kickstarted Lab Wars, have got a game coming out called Dice Hospital, which I'm really interested to see. In it you have dice, which I believe operates your patients, and the hospital appears to be made up from tiles and kind of hex-shaped tiles, and it's just one. Sometimes you look at a game and you think, that's probably going to suit me. Sometimes you're wrong about that, but I just want to go get some more information on Dice Hospital, see how it works, and yeah, touch base there. So that's at B1. A bit of a different one, Basically Wooden, is at A6, and Basically Wooden does wooden inserts for your games. I found them through Facebook, I think, and actually they originate. They're based in the town where I grew up, in Hereford. So I'm going to go touch base there. They've got a couple on their website that I've almost bought, so now without having postage packaging, I imagine I might be picking up a couple of inserts there. So they were at A6. Then again, slightly different creativity hub. Little metal robot dog, is it? I can't remember how you say it, but he does a YouTube channel and he's been living in America. He's come and got a job with them and is back in the UK. Michael, and they haven't so much done games in the past. They do those, I forgot what they do now. What I've seen that they do is these things for kids that open up and they get encouraged to draw and plan and design things. They have various cards which give them parameters of a design, so it might be a jetpack for a caveman or similar, and it just seems really clever the way these work, and I really like their kind of stuff that they're doing with kids, and I believe they're kind of branching out a bit more into the board game thing. They do the Rory dice cubes, that's it. So I'm going to go check them out. Lastly is Monolith on C26, who I want to check out for the sole reason of the Batman miniatures game, and if this is anything like the Conan game that came out on Kickstarter. I didn't get that one, but I can see myself being right behind a Batman game. Conan was received really well. If they can iron out some of the flaws and put that in the Batman universe, I'm all in. So those are my plans for the Expo. Again, if you see me there, come and say hello. It'd be great to meet you. Take care. Bye.